Hey guys, thanks for tuning into my drive-by today. It's 63 degrees. I am on the I-75. I am going to Bradenton, Florida. I have to drop something off. It is about 1:54 in the afternoon, and today is January the 17th of 2014. It's pretty nice out, pretty sunny, nice day out today. Just passing, this bridge here is the Bradenton River. Go over it, just a little bit of water. How much of a river it is. But I wanted to bring up a few things today, and the one subject I'd like to bring up is hollow points versus full metal jackets in a defensive gun. Now, this might be a defensive gun that you have at home for your home gun, or it may be a defensive gun which you carry. Hollow points versus full metal jackets. There's a lot of scuttlebutt on both. But let me just give you the basic reason the hollow points were made and full metal jackets. Full metal jackets were made to penetrate. Okay? A full metal jacket with a rounded nose gives you the maximum possible penetration. We all know the law of physics. When there's nothing to reduce the movement of it or snag on it, the bullet will go further. Therefore, a full metal jacket will go further, will break more bones, will penetrate deeply more, and probably produce a little bit more of damage. High velocity ones have the capability of going through an item, but that usually never happens because they're usually stopped by tough muscle, bone, organs, or things like that. When a full metal jacket bullet encounters bone, it will break the bone. It will continue on, but it will not stop. Now, when we get into the hollow points, hollow point bullets are directly designed to not penetrate too far. They are designed to dissipate the maximum amount of energy in the shortest period of time in anything it hits. So if you shoot this into a cow or whatever, right, or in some kind of tissue or gelatin, the bullet will go, and the hollow point, which has a hole in the tip of it, if it goes through material, a lot of times the material will get clogged in the middle of it, in the tip of it. The bullet will keep going. It will, just the force, it will mushroom. It will mushroom a little faster. It will dissipate all of its energy in a short period of time. So, where a full metal jacket, when you shoot it, may go 18 inches before it loses its power and dissipate that energy along that way, maybe in not as much as a disruptive manner, but it will go just go far into it. Whereas if you have a hollow point, that may go 12 inches, but maybe supposedly produce a little bit more damage maybe, but it may fall short of hitting a bone. If it hits a bone would stop it and stuff like that. So hollow points were actually designed to not penetrate as far. A lot of times people say the hollow points, don't penetrate as far, have enough energy, will stop the subject or the threat. Yeah, but you do not pick a bullet. Do not pick a ballistic performance by how much being afraid of the bullet, going through or far into a threat. Do not. So if you think it's going to over-penetrate, you say, well, I'll get hollow point. No, that's the wrong reason to select a bullet ballistically. The chances of a bullet going through somebody and coming out the other end and damaging him, hurting him, or killing him is very low. There is more reports of police officers shooting assailants multiple times to stop them rather than shooting them and hitting somebody behind them. That's a very rare case. However, sometimes it may happen with ricochet. It can happen with any bullet. So it has brought a rise to a whole class of hollow point bullets. And normally the hollow point bullets have to be charged a little higher because you're pushing an item with a little bit more friction and resistance to flow. We know a streamlined object, like a full metal jacket, will have less friction going forward, will penetrate further. I mean, we know that's just a fact. So the hollow points, that's why they were created. If you're going to be deciding on what hollow point to get, but if your main determination in getting a self-defense bullet is because you don't want a lot of penetration, that is the wrong reason. Look at the full metal jackets, look at the ballistics, look at, the statistic specifications on them. Look at the hollow points. Decide on the merit of both of them. Myself, full metal jackets have been used around the world. Many military, we used it before. Full metal jacket, 230 grain 45s were used because they were stoppers. They were stoppers. They were threat stoppers. The hollow point bullets, there's a lot of good ones out there, but like I say, ballistically, they are meant to dissipate as much energy they can in the shortest period of time. And you may not get the penetration that you want, okay? Because number one, if somebody's wearing a heavy jacket and they're shot, that hollow point will dissipate more than a full metal jacket. And then once it gets into whatever tissue it's hitting, then it's going to pancake them a little bit more, and it's going to dissipate more energy. But if it dissipates it in a short period of time, a short distance of inches, it may not produce enough damage to actually hit an organ or a critical life support system and stop the assailant. So you must really look at weigh those two. Just don't blankly say full metal jackets overpenetrate and I'm going to get hollow point, because you're kind of wrong in that scenario. There's not a lot of overpenetration. I mean, if you're maybe shooting somebody with a 30-06 armor piercing bullet, then maybe I would think about that going through somebody coming out the other end. But a 9mm 45, I would say no. And they say, well, what if you miss the person? Well, if you miss the person with a hollow point, you can kill somebody. If you miss the person with a full metal jacket, you can kill somebody. The best thing is to don't over-caliber yourself and use a gun that you can effectively handle. That's your best scenario. But thanks a lot for tuning into the video. Thanks a lot for watching this drive-by. But this is an informal one, non-prejudicial, about hollow points versus full metal jacket. If you need more information, there's plenty of reports out there, ballistical reports, FBI reports that talk about this that you can read and just look. A lot of declassified information and stuff on the internet. But normally your full metal jacket, as a general rule, will penetrate further. It's going to hit, and it's going to, I'm not saying it's going to hit with more foot-pounds, because you'd have to calculate that, because when there's a hole in the front of that bullet, it's going to dissipate more. So it may hit with that initial foot-pounds a little bit more, but overall, the ballistic performance of the full metal jacket probably will be better in all case scenarios than the hollow point. The hollow point is meant to stop and dissipate in the shortest period of time all of its energy and produce as much damage as it can. But however, because due to the inherent nature of that bullet may not go deep enough, may not produce the amount of tissue damage to stop the specified assailant. So you really have to look at it in that aspect. But thanks a lot for tuning into my drive-by today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was informative. And I hope it gives you some educated insight into your ballistic performance and ballistic performance selection in a defensive round or a carry round or a target round that you would like to have or use in your firearm. Thank you. Have a great day. I really appreciate your views, your comments, and if you haven't, please subscribe. It helps me get more videos up there. Thank you.